What's going on, guys? Quick market recap today to end off the week here. So this morning started off pretty choppy, not much going on. And then we had a nice pop followed by a slight sell-off and then another large pop. And that is mainly due to the news. It came out that the Fed is hopeful to cut rates again going into December. And in the near term, bond yields dropped in response, providing support for equities. Leadership was broad-based with all sectors closing higher today. So a little bit of a dead cat bounce, you could say. But the market popped just on hopes that we could cut rates in December. So one interesting thing was that this order came in this morning at 6:38 a.m. for my time, which is about 8 minutes after open here. 962K above ask, way out of the money, 66.05. And that definitely went in the money. So they didn't have the best entry, but it went in the money by 3 hours into market open. And then even higher later in the day. So it's definitely interesting to pay attention to those large whales and what they're doing with their money. But into SoFi now. So we actually tapped on the chart the trend test that I've been talking about on YouTube. So if you look at it here on the weekly, we tapped the 12-month value area high, that trend line retest, and we bounced back to previous month low around 25.31. So SoFi is still looking bearish, but this bounce was much needed. However, the next time we go to test that, it will get weaker and weaker with each time it bounces from that zone. So we could still sell off even further. Be careful with that. If you look at SoFi's put flow, the puts are outweighing the calls at the moment, but there's still a lot of bulls. It's pretty much 50-50 at this point. As far as today goes, I did sell 2 puts on SoFi. So I said I was selling 2 at the 22 strike because I would actually really like to buy SoFi down there. But I was already up 61% to end the day. So I went ahead and closed these out. So I got 61% of $86. So not the full thing, but I will look to sell, another put next week if the market is going down. So that's what we have so far on SoFi. So yeah, if we zoom out here on the monthly, you can see, heavy support zones. So we did test another one today at 23.67 area. If we were to break that, my next area is 21.77. And you can obviously see where the supply is. One thing that's interesting, though, to pair with that put flow is that the institutional investors were not buying this pop. So they bought the dump yesterday, and then they actually sold this pop today. So, that is a little bit bearish in my eyes. So maybe this was a dead cat, which is why I'm just keeping cash on hand. And going into next week, Thanksgiving, and then Friday's a half day. So you're going to see more low volume moves happening in the market. So I will likely not be trading much. I will probably just be looking to buy long-term shares. So actually, we'll see if we get better buys on SoFi next week and if this was just a dead cat bounce. But let me know what you guys are eyeing in the market. If we were to fall even further, please like and subscribe and have a good one.